And in honor of Professor P.P. Ghosh, who is here, and we are extremely grateful to all his contributions he had to our foundation of ADRI 25 years ago. This conference will be on social statistics and this will be a unique conference, not only here in South Asia, but globally. It will be a unique event, and we hope that we have extreme, interesting and new discussion with a marvelous outcome after 4 days. I know it's a long wait, but you will have now really to sit down, and please, again I ask you, switch off your mobile phones. If you have not done, please check your mobile phones and please switch them off. Understood? We have to wait for around 10 minutes more. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Vice President of India has arrived. Sir.
The Vice President of India, Honorable Shri Ramnath Kovind ji, the Governor of Bihar, Honorable Shri Nitish Kumar ji, the Chief Minister of Bihar, Professor Gopa Sabharwal, Louis Arsenault, Usha Kiran, Tarigopula, Dr. Sultan Lal, many dignitaries present in the audience, friends from the media, our honored delegates, enlightened academic intelligentsia of Patna, ladies and gentlemen. This conference on social statistics in India is the second one of the 3 Silver Jubilee conferences that we have planned during 2016-17. Our first conference was held last month on development and growth, experience and theories. Our third conference is being planned in early 2017 on Bihar and Jharkhand. Shared history to shared vision. This conference on social statistics in India is not only first of its kind in India, but possibly in the world. In this conference, we have invited researchers who use data at one hand and professionals who collect data on the other. Our deliberations will be held along a number of sectors like health, education, plus some emerging issues on social statistics. I sincerely hope that this conference will be a unique occasion for the participants to brainstorm to generate some new ideas. Friends, we are extremely honored that since this conference is being inaugurated by our Honorable Vice President, we are grateful to him for this kind gesture. As a Vice President, he has created a new benchmark in the realm of scholarship and public debate. I have been following him long before his ascendancy as a Vice President. In one of the seminars on higher education in Delhi, he had viewed about the absence of informed debates in our parliament and state assemblies, leading to similar void in the public discourse, both nationally and regionally. As the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, he has been able to restore much of its old vibrancy. We also welcome Honorable Shri Nath, the Governor of Bihar, for agreeing to grace our Silver Jubilee celebration as the guest of honor. Within a short period as a governor, he has been able to create a decisive identity for himself, benefiting our state. We are also delighted that Honorable Nitish Kumarji, the Chief Minister of Bihar, has also agreed to grace the second Silver Jubilee function. Earlier, he was kind enough to inaugurate our first Silver Jubilee conference. May I also inform you all that our choice of social statistics in India as a theme of this conference is a sequel to his development strategies in Bihar. After Kerala, it is Bihar where social sector has received all attention it really deserves. Friends, this conference has been possible because of the kind assistance of 4 organizations: Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, UNICEF, Asian Development Bank, CEPPL. We thank all of them, and I especially welcome here representative of 2 organizations, Mr. Arsenault from UNICEF and Mrs. Tarigopula from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. In this conference, we are going to release a coffee table book on ADRI. This book is possible thanks to the assistance of State Bank of India and Times of India. I welcome Mr. Stoop of SBI and Mr. Manoj Dayal of the Times of India to this conference. I must also record our deep appreciation for the scholarship of Professor Prabhat Ghosh, in whose honor this conference is being organized. His academic guidance and total dedication has contributed most to the emergence of ADRI as a reputed research institute. We are grateful to Professor Gopa Sabharwal that she has kindly agreed to read the citation for Professor Ghosh. With this word, I welcome you all and look forward to your valuable participation in the coming days. Thank you.
Honorable Vice President of India, Shri Hamid, Ansari, Honorable Governor of Bihar, Shri Nath, Kovind, Honorable Chief Minister of Bihar, Shri Nitish Kumar, distinguished representative of the UNICEF in India, Mr. Louis-Georges Arsenault, distinguished representative of the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation Bihar program, Ms. Usha, Kiran, Tarigopula, distinguished Vice-Chancellor of Nalanda University, Dr. Gopa Sabharwal, my colleague, Dr. Shaibal Gupta, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to mark two momentous events, interrelated. The completion of 25 years of ADRI and the contribution of Dr. P.P. Ghosh towards transforming ADRI in these 25 years. The premier position that this institution has occupied today can be gauged by the fact that on a visit to ADRI, one may encounter internationally renowned social scientists. I have met Nobel laureates such as Joseph Stiglitz, Amartya Sen, lords such as Lord Meghnad Desai, Lord Nicholas Stern, and Lord Karan Bilimoria, and countless many more. On any given day, if you visit ADRI, you will find distinguished scholars across the globe visiting ADRI to meet Dr. Ghosh and Dr. Gupta. And when the government of Bihar wanted to present a unified view to the rest of India, it has usually been ADRI which has come to the forefront. This unique position has not been possible in a day, but through a process of long hard work over this quarter of a century. There is no other institution in Bihar which can hope to come even close to this unique position that ADRI currently has attained. It is naturally befitting that on this occasion we are honored to have with us not only the Honorable Vice President of India, but a distinguished scholar and diplomat, and one of my former colleagues, if I may add, from the JNU. Also the former Vice-Chancellor of Jamia Millia University. To also bless this event, we are proud to have with us the Honorable Governor of Bihar, who is the Chancellor of all the universities in Bihar. And even outside Bihar, he has been on the governing body of institutes of higher education like the Institute of Management in Calcutta. As if this was not enough, we are greatly privileged to have with us the Honorable Chief Minister of Bihar, who has seen from close quarters the mark that ADRI has made to the social and academic fabric of India. Of course, the representatives of UNICEF and the Bill Gates Foundations are familiar with the work done at ADRI, and their presence and support builds on that. And to top it all, the presence of the Vice-Chancellor of Nalanda University makes this, and your presence, this audience, provides this occasion with a unique setting, both academic and institutional. The subject matter of social statistics seems very novel, but the institution where Dr. Ghosh studied, the Indian Statistical Institute in Kolkata, statistics always has had a social dimension. And in fact, it has been understood to be as important as the mathematical dimension of the subject. In fact, the originator of statistics in India has been the late Prashanta Chandra Mahalanobis, surely a very remarkable personality. He built the Indian Statistical Institute and stressed that the study of statistics enabled the analysis of socially important and interesting problems. The early analysis included the study, for instance, of the stature of Anglo-Indians, rainfall data, meteorological data, data on soil conditions. These proved to be greatest importance. In fact, the professor, as he was known, earned his fellowship of the Royal Society because of his contribution to the study of large-scale sample surveys. The ISI produced many outstanding persons, and Dr. Nikhilesh Bhattacharya was one such, and his student was our own Dr. P.P. Ghosh, whose work we are recognizing today. Nikhilesh Babu once remarked to me that he had sent the young P.P. to study under the renowned Professor A.K. Das Gupta. This started the involvement of Dr. P.P. Ghosh with Bihar. It also saw the beginning of his partnership with Dr. Shaibal Gupta. They were to form ADRI later. It is their journey thereafter that we recognize and honor today. With these introductory words, I would request Dr. Gopa Sabharwal to read the citation.
The citation: the pursuit of knowledge is a basic instinct of human beings, and thus the world of academics has always attracted the best of minds. Professor Prabhat P. Ghosh is a distinguished citizen of that world, where research and teaching are not just responsibilities, but pleasure as well. Professor Ghosh, after his graduation and masters from the Indian Statistical Institute, Kolkata, in the late 60s, had chosen to start his academic career at Patna. Coming to Bihar, he had immediately recognized that regional disparity is a severe dimension of the Indian economy and started working on that field. The input-output table that he had constructed for Bihar economy in the mid-70s was one of the earliest in the country. In later years, he had also played his role as an extremely competent statistician by conducting several large-scale surveys to supplement the none-too-expansive official statistics on Bihar economy. His thoughtful and meticulous design of the surveys has not only enriched the understanding of Bihar's society and economy, it has also contributed to methodological innovations. Professor Ghosh, although trained as a statistician and economist, has always been aware of the limitations of an unidisciplinary approach to social science research. He is thus one of those economists who are highly knowledgeable about such cognate disciplines as sociology, psychology, political science, or history. Indeed, many of his academic mates will vouch with pleasure not only the depth of his knowledge, but its width as well across several disciplines. As an academician, Professor Ghosh is also outstanding when it comes to enthusing and guiding young academicians. His research publications may be limited, but thanks to his academic leadership and excellent pedagogic skills, many of his younger colleagues have gradually matured to attain appreciable academic heights. Academics, as Jean-Paul Sartre had once said, is equivalent to priesthood. Professor Ghosh has always believed and practiced that philosophy. We all feel honored to honor him.
I now request the Vice President to honor. Dr. Ghosh, please come. I now request Ms. Usha, Kiran, Tarigopula.
Good morning, Honorable Vice President Shri Hamid Ansari ji, Honorable Governor of Bihar, Shri Nath Kovind, Honorable Chief Minister Shri Nitish Kumar ji, Professor Anjan Mukherji, Dr. Gopa Sabharwal, and distinguished colleagues on the dais, ADRI, Dr. Shaibal Gupta and rest of the team, and more importantly, the kind of august audience sitting here from very diverse fields from academia, institutions, and intellectuals and a number of practitioners in social statistics. And it is indeed a great pleasure to be here, and I strongly believe it's an opportune time for ADRI, both the 25 years of its celebration as well as actually the state they've chosen to actually have a conference on social statistics in India. And I think this is a state with strong political leadership and a decisive prioritization of social sector and focus on women's empowerment. And I think there couldn't be a much better place to kind of really have such a conference. And I think the recent launch of Bihar Vikas Mission and the launch of the women's empowerment policies are a couple of examples of the state leadership actually taking the right steps in the right direction. And our foundation actually believes, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation believes, that every life has equal value where one is born and deserves an equal opportunity as well as to lead a healthy and productive life. Globally, we focus on issues that disproportionately affect the poor, and our foundation in India focuses on health, nutrition, as well as actually financial inclusion and agriculture. And we work across many states, and Bihar, the state of Bihar, is very, very important geography for us globally. And what we do here and the partnership that we have established is very important to our co-chairs, both Bill and Melinda Gates, as well as it is offering incredible amount of learnings for us. And we have actually, what signifies our partnership with Bihar is an upfront partnership with Mr. Nitish Kumar actually kind of highlighting into the kind of global technical expertise and knowledge to come into Bihar and to really inform. And I think that's what brought us into Bihar 5 years ago. And I think our role here is nothing but to support the state in the issues of health, nutrition, and women's empowerment linked to human development. And we are supporting these sectoral programs, and we see ourselves part of incredible journey of Bihar in terms of both empowering women as well as really creating opportunities for the population to really survive and thrive and have a productive future. Strengthening use-oriented data systems and in turn kind of actions for better programming is a critical theme in our support. It is indeed a priority that was highlighted upfront when we began our partnership in 2010 with the Chief Minister Nitish Kumarji. The theme of this conference is something that our foundation and our co-chairs, both Bill and Melinda Gates, strongly believe in. In one of his annual letters, Bill Gates underscored the importance of measurement, tracking critical metrics, and use of statistics to make program and policy decisions to improve human development. Mrs. Melinda Gates has actually announced our foundation's support for global gender data revolution at the Women Deliver Conference in Copenhagen in the month of May 2016. And indeed, it's a very important priority for us. Our own data systems annually survey anywhere between 5 to 75,000 women participants in different states and measure quality of care at the facilities, including empowerment in support of government programs to fill gaps, complement government information to inform policy and program decisions. India indeed is data rich. We have one of the largest statistical systems in the world. However, there is a great deal that we need to do more. We need to have better, more frequent, more decentralized, more user-centered, use-oriented health, nutrition, gender, assets, burden of disease, and others. Our civil registration system as well as vital registration system are actually some of the world's largest systems. Our foundation will be more than willing to support the government data systems as well as statistics in few key areas, socially and geographically disaggregated data, improving frequency and availability of use-oriented data, for example, health expenditure, gender statistics, disease burden, and empowerment. We believe in the power of technology to simplify and improve the quality, the reach, use of data. And we are proud that several technology-based innovations of government of Bihar, supported where we were also involved, have been taken to national scale. And more recently, a tool that was developed for the frontline workers of Bihar in Saharsa district, a pilot, has been taken to the national level by the Ministry of Women and Child Development to facilitate gathering and use of data. And we do strongly believe there is a lot of role for the technology. Finally, we are working with government's health and nutrition programs to strengthen use of data for responsible and real-time decision making, especially at the front line for the community health workers and the decision makers at the facilities, blocks, districts and communities can use. This conference has actually, the themes of the conference as well as the sessions slotted, the speakers both at the Silver Jubilee lectures as well as the sessions are actually kind of allow a lot of learnings, flag gaps, as well as allow for rich conversations to influence both the program and policy decisions. And we are actually super excited and thrilled to be partnered on this conference. And thank you. I wish you all the best for the rest of the 3.5 days. Thank you.
First, I wish to thank the Asian Development Research Institute for giving me this opportunity just to say a few words on a subject which is so critical to what we are striving for in the international community, those who are focusing on social development. I think we would all agree that a robust social statistics system is essential if we want to really push the social policy development agenda. And this is in turn to really support and inform evidence-based planning and, as we were discussing yesterday, the implementation of social scheme at national and state level. From a global perspective, from a UN perspective, UNICEF, I want to also remind us, we all know that on the 25th September 2015, the United Nations Global General Assembly adopted a landmark resolution. This resolution, which is titled Transforming Our World, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, and which is better known as the SDGs, is very much integrating all of the principles that we really strive for, because the doctrines are of justice, dignity, people, planet, prosperity, and partnership. And the SDGs now very much integrate completely the concept of equity for development. So when we come to the SDGs, the government of India, as a government, has really been a key actor in forging the SDGs, has been very, very supportive and very engaged in the formulation of the SDGs, but also the government of India has been very engaged in a technical high-level group which has been developing the indicators for the SDGs. So India as a country has really been pushing forward. I think it's important to mention also that this needs to be translated at state level, because I think it goes without saying that any program, meaningful program implementation which will address the poor and equity will be implemented at state level, where the focus, I really think, should be. And the focus of this program should really be on leaving no one behind. And this is the only thing I'm going to repeat three times before I conclude. Because the SDGs, to be achieved, really need to focus on an equity agenda and an inclusive growth. Because we know that investing in social sector with a strong focus on marginalized, hard to reach, and the people who are not being reached yet by the development agenda is economically sound. We know that there's a very high return in social investment economically. So this has been said over and over, but I think it's important to be. And if we are to really embrace the social agenda, for it to be sustainable, we really need to focus on, as I mentioned, on focusing on the harder to reach. If you look at the SDG themselves, the 169 targets which have been identified, 48 of these global targets which are very much also for India, are deemed relevant for children. Bihar, as a state, has 47.5 million children only, just in Bihar, almost 50 million children, which represents almost 50% of the whole state population. I think it goes without saying that investing in children over the next 5, 10, 15 years will also be the only way, the key contribution to the development and the future of Bihar as a state. I want to say before concluding that, focusing also on the equity agenda, an equity analysis that has been conducted, if you look at from an equity perspective in India, the numbers are showing that over the last 10 years, the lowest quintile of population, the 5th quintile, the poorest, have not been affected by the development agenda. This is a very important finding. So it means that in any strategy that we are developing at state level, we really have to think through how the social programs are going to be embracing and targeting the poorest. The only way that economic development will be sustainable. So I'm very happy to see that this many internationally recognized speakers have been assembled for this very, very important meeting being held in Patna. Social statistics is at the heart of many things that we are going to be discussing over the next few days, but it's also very much a powerful tool to inform smart development program with a solid foundation for monitoring. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much for the
I now request the Chief Minister of Bihar, Shri Nitish Kumar.
आदरणीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी, महामहिम राज्यपाल महोदय, आदरी के सदस्य सचिव श्री शैबाल गुप्ता जी, भारत में यूनिसेफ के प्रतिनिधि श्री लुई जॉर्ज अर्सेनॉल्ट जी, नालंदा विश्वविद्यालय की कुलपति श्रीमती गोपा सबरवाल जी, इंटरनेशनल ग्रोथ सेंटर इंडिया बिहार के कंट्री डायरेक्टर प्रोफेसर अंजन मुखर्जी जी, बिल एंड मेलिंडा गेट्स फाउंडेशन के बिहार प्रोग्राम के डिप्टी डायरेक्टर श्रीमती उषा किरण तरीगोपला जी, आदरी के संस्थापक सदस्य श्री पी घोष जी, आदरी की प्रशासक श्रीमती सुनीता लाल जी, यहाँ इस कार्यक्रम में उपस्थित माननीय उप मुख्यमंत्री श्री तेजस्वी प्रसाद यादव जी, माननीय शिक्षा मंत्री श्री अशोक चौधरी जी, माननीय ऊर्जा मंत्री श्री विजेंद्र प्रसाद यादव जी, माननीय सहकारिता मंत्री श्री आलोक मेहता जी, केरल एवं नागालैंड के पूर्व राज्यपाल श्री निखिल कुमार जी, बिहार विधान परिषद में विपक्ष के नेता श्री सुशील कुमार मोदी जी, माननीय सांसद श्री केसी त्यागी जी, श्री हरिवंश जी, पूर्व सांसद श्री शिवानंद तिवारी जी, आदरी के सहयोगीगण, विशिष्ट अतिथिगण, प्रिंट एवं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया के यहाँ उपस्थित सभी प्रतिनिधिगण, देवियों एवं सज्जनों, आदरी का रजत जयंती समारोह इस वर्ष आयोजित दूसरी बार किया गया है। पहला समारोह मार्च महीने में आयोजित हुआ और ये दूसरा समारोह रजत जयंती के अवसर पर आदरी ने 3 प्रकार के इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस करने का निर्णय लिया। पहला कॉन्फ्रेंस इन्होंने जो किया बहुत कामयाब रहा और अब दूसरा कॉन्फ्रेंस है सोशल स्टैटिस्टिक्स पर, सामाजिक सांख्यिकी पर। मैं इसके लिए आदरी को विशेष तौर पर बधाई देता हूं कि हम स्टैटिस्टिक्स का उपयोग तो करते लेकिन स्टैटिस्टिक्स की गुणवत्ता पर, उसकी क्वालिटी पर, हम जो आंकड़े इकट्ठा करते हैं उसके तौर तरीकों पर बातचीत कम ही करते हैं। जो स्टैटिस्टिक्स उपलब्ध हो जाता है उसके आधार पर हम नीतियों के अनुरूप, अपने नीतियों के अनुरूप कार्यक्रमों का सूत्रण करते हैं। लेकिन देखा यह गया है कि स्टैटिस्टिक्स के मामले में, हालांकि भारत में यह कार्य स्टैटिस्टिक्स के इकट्ठा करने का कार्य बहुत पुराना है, आज़ादी के पहले ही 19वीं शताब्दी में ही यह काम शुरू हुआ और अनेकों बार आज़ादी के पहले सेंसस हुआ, बाद में हुआ, अनेक प्रकार के आंकड़े इकट्ठे किए जाते हैं, चाहे वो स्वास्थ्य से संबंधित हो, कृषि उत्पादन से संबंधित हो, यानी जीवन के विभिन्न पहलू पर आंकड़े इकट्ठा किए जाते हैं। लेकिन आंकड़ों की क्वालिटी पर हमेशा प्रश्न चिन्ह रहता है, उत्पन्न होता रहा। और मैं समझता हूं कि सामाजिक सांख्यिकी पर एक इंटरनेशनल सेमिनार आदरी ने अपने रजत जयंती समारोह के अवसर पर आयोजित किया है। मैं इसके लिए विशेष तौर पर बधाई देता हूँ कि निश्चित तौर पर जो देश और विदेश के अनेक विद्वत जन इस कॉन्फ्रेंस में पधारेंगे, सांख्यिकी के संग्रहण के विभिन्न पहलू पर जरूर विमर्श करेंगे और इसका लाभ हमें मिलेगा। अब अपने यहाँ सबसे जो महत्वपूर्ण सांख्यिकी का कार्य होता है वह सेंसस का कार्य होता है, उस पर बहुत कुछ निर्भर करता है। लेकिन आज़ादी के पहले जो सेंसस होता था उसमें बहुत सारे सामाजिक पहलुओं की भी गणना की जाती थी, जैसे कास्ट सेंसस भी होता था, लेकिन 31 के बाद वो बंद हो गया। अभी जो सेंसस हुआ 2011 का, उन दिनों जबरदस्त मांग हुई, उसके पहले भी मांग होती रही। मुझे आज भी याद है जब 1989 में श्री वीपी सिंह जी के नेतृत्व में सरकार बनी थी और उस सरकार में राज्य मंत्री के रूप में, कृषि विभाग के में राज्य मंत्री के रूप में काम करने का मुझे भी अवसर मिला था। तो मेरा जो सरकारी आवास आवंटित था सर्कुलर रोड, और एक मकान बीच में छोड़कर 2 मकान, वहां पर पूर्व राष्ट्रपति ज्ञानी जैल सिंह जी रहते थे। एक दिन उन्होंने खबर भेजा कि वो मिलना चाहते। तो मैं तो बिल्कुल कम उम्र का व्यक्ति, मुझे परेशानी हुई कि भाई देश के पूर्व राष्ट्रपति हमसे मिलना चाहते हैं। तो मैं दफ्तर से आया था दिन में कि खाना खाऊंगा, मैं सीधे, हमने कहा कि मैं ही आता हूं, और तुरंत मैं उनके पास चला गया। तो उन्होंने कहा कि भाई कास्ट सेंसस होना चाहिए, जातिगत जनगणना होनी चाहिए। वो पूर्व राष्ट्रपति हो चुके थे। इसके बाद हम लोगों ने पत्र भी लिखा, लोगों से मिले। उस समय हम लोगों के समाजवादी नेता मधुलिमय जी थे। सब लोगों को हमने कहा कि भाई ऐसी बात कह रहे हैं, मधु दंडवते जी को भी कहा, सबने कहा ये ठीक बात है। लेकिन उस समय बात आ गई कि अब सेंसस का तो सारा काम हो चुका है, अब इस समय तो कुछ हो नहीं सकता। लेकिन फिर इस विषय को लेकर चर्चा हमेशा होती रही। सिर्फ जो शेड्यूल कास्ट और शेड्यूल ट्राइब के लोग हैं उनका सेंसस हो जाता है, लेकिन बाकी जो जातियां, चाहे ओबीसी हो या अन्य जातियां सामान्य वर्ग की, उनका सेंसस नहीं होता। आप देखते होंगे कि इसको लेकर सब लोग अपने संख्या को लेकर एक अपना स्टैटिस्टिक्स पेश करते हैं। आप जिनसे भी मिलिए वो कहेंगे कि भाई हमारी जात की आबादी तो इतनी ज़्यादा है, लेकिन उस अनुरूप हमारी न भागीदारी है और न हमारे समाज के, क्योंकि यहाँ पर बिहार में देखिएगा कि समाज को जाति के कंटेक्स्ट में लोग बहुत अर्थों में बोलते रहते हैं। तो बहुत दिनों के बाद एक बात आई और सेंसस से पृथक ACCC हुआ, सोशियो इकोनॉमिक कास्ट सेंसस। लेकिन सोशियो इकोनॉमिक कास्ट सेंसस चाहे जिस प्रकार से भी इकट्ठा किया, अब होता यह है कि एक ही जाति का नाम अलग अलग इलाकों में अलग अलग, तो जो व्यक्ति अपनी जाति का नाम जो बताएगा उसमें दर्ज है। अब उसको थोड़ा सा उनको ठीक करना था, लेकिन आप कल्पना करिए कितना समय बीत गया। इसके संपन्न हुए, ACC के संपन्न हुए वर्षों बीत गए, लेकिन अभी तक वो आंकड़े प्रकाशित नहीं किए जा सके। तो आप सामाजिक सांख्यिकी पर विमर्श कर रहे हैं, तो जैसा भी आंकड़ा इकट्ठा होगा, आंकड़ों के संग्रहण की प्रक्रिया और बेहतर बने, उसकी गुणवत्ता बेहतर हो, ये बातें होनी चाहिए, इस पर भी चर्चा होनी चाहिए। जो लेकिन आंकड़े इकट्ठा किए जा चुके स्टैटिस्टिक्स, अब उनका प्रकाशन तो होना चाहिए, ताकि से बहुत सारी बात सामने आएगी। और कुछ चीजों को तो आना चाहिए। ये कोई कास्ट और कास्टिज्म की वकालत नहीं, बल्कि उसको समाप्त करने के लिए भी ये जरूरी है, लोगों के अंदर जो बात आती है। इसलिए एससीसीसी का पब्लिकेशन तत्काल होना चाहिए, जल्दी से जल्दी होना चाहिए, ताकि जो भी है आंकड़े जो भी आपके पास उपलब्ध हैं वो आना चाहिए। अब एक आंकड़ा जिसका इस्तेमाल हम लोग बहुत ज्यादा करते हैं, आज भी यूनिसेफ के प्रतिनिधि आंकड़ों के आधार पर कुछ अपनी बात रख रहे थे, तो जो भी आंकड़े आज प्रकाशित हैं हम उसी का इस्तेमाल करते हैं। अब पॉवर्टी का, तो पॉवर्टी को मेजर करने का क्या तरीका होगा? हम लोगों ने तो यहाँ एक अंतर्राष्ट्रीय उस पर सम्मेलन भी कराया था एन सिन्हा इंस्टीट्यूट में, देश के और देश के बाहर के अनेक लोग आए थे, और उसके आधार पर एक पटना डिक्लेरेशन भी जारी किया गया। और ये बात जो हमेशा होती है, या तो कैलोरी के आधार पर या आमदनी इनकम के आधार पर हम जो पॉवर्टी को मेजर करते हैं वो सही नहीं है। पॉवर्टी का मेजरमेंट के लिए तो मल्टी डायमेंशनल इंडेक्स होना चाहिए। उसके लिए सिर्फ उसको सर्टेन कैलोरी जो शरीर के लिए जरूरी है उतना ही मिल जाए, वही पर्याप्त नहीं। या कुछ उसको पैसा मिल गया, आमदनी उसकी हो गई प्रतिदिन की, वही एकमात्र तरीका नहीं है। क्योंकि अगर हम यह दृष्टिकोण रखेंगे तो फिर पॉवर्टी से ऊपर उठाने के लिए जो हमारे मेजर्स होंगे, उसको जब हम मूल्यांकन करेंगे, उसका जब इवैल्यूएशन करेंगे, तो वो छोटी चीजों पर हम उनको कह देंगे कि ये पॉवर्टी से निकल चुके हैं, अब ये गरीब नहीं रहे, गरीबी रेखा के नीचे नहीं रहे। इन विषयों पर जब चर्चा होती है तो समाज के एक तबके में बहस होती है कि हम लोग पॉवर्टी को जरा ज्यादा सम्मानित करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। यह ऐसी बात नहीं है। हम जब तक हकीकत को नहीं जानेंगे, वास्तविकता को नहीं जानेंगे, तो उसके आधार पर कोई कदम नहीं उठा सकते। तो पॉवर्टी का भी जो मेजर करने का तरीका है वो मल्टी डायमेंशनल होना चाहिए। एक सम्मानजनक जिंदगी जिए। आज पोषण की बात है, हमारे यूनिसेफ के प्रतिनिधि बैठे हुए, कल इनसे काफी देर हमारी चर्चा हुई, और जो कुपोषण के लोग शिकार है, हमारे यहाँ स्टंटिंग के मामले को भी इन्होंने कहा कि इसको देखिए। हमने इनको एक्सप्लेन किया कि हम ह्यूमन डेवलपमेंट के लिए मिशन मोड में काम करें, और उसके लिए जो इंडिकेटर्स हैं उसके आधार पर मॉनिटर किया जाता है हाईएस्ट लेवल पर। लेकिन हमने एक बात कही कि ठीक है कि स्टंटिंग एक ऐसा विषय, हमने बाल विवाह को रखा, लेकिन स्टंटिंग अपने आप में नहीं है। स्टंटिंग कई कारणों से होता है, कुपोषण, पॉवर्टी, इन सब चीज़ों के चलते, इन्वायरमेंट की खराबी, बहुत सारे मसले जिनके कारण ये होता है। लेकिन फिर भी हमने इनको कहा कि हम जरूर एक जो इंडिकेटर है उसको स्टंटिंग को भी रखेंगे। लेकिन बेसिक पहलू है कि हर दृष्टिकोण से आप देखिए तो आज जो हमारे पास आंकड़े, वो आंकड़े न तो ठीक ढंग से एकत्रित किए जाते हैं, न उनके जो इंडिकेटर हैं वे पर्याप्त। इसलिए मुझे बड़ी प्रसन्नता हुई जब शैबाल गुप्ता जी ने, पीपी घोष जी ने और उनके तमाम आदरी के सभी सहयोगियों ने मिलकर सेकंड अपने सिल्वर जुबली सेलिब्रेशन के अवसर पर जो कॉन्फ्रेंस आयोजित किया, उसका मुद्दा रखा सोशल स्टैटिस्टिक्स। लोग स्टैटिस्टिक्स पर चर्चा कहाँ करते हैं? मेरा अपना तजुर्बा है, जब मैं कृषि मंत्री था भारत सरकार में, तो हमने स्टैटिस्टिक्स के जो लोग थे उनसे बुलाकर बात करना शुरू किया, तो लोग बड़े आश्चर्य में पड़ गए कि भाई कौन बात करता है स्टैटिस्टिक्स वाला, कोई इससे तो कोई बात ही नहीं करता। लेकिन आप अगर सही मायने में जो भी हमारे पास अवेलेबल है, तो स्टार्ट विद, शुरू करने के लिए तो आपके पास जो आंकड़े उपलब्ध हैं उसी के आधार पर आप अपने कार्यक्रमों का सूत्रण करेंगे, उसका निर्धारण करेंगे। तो इसमें बहुत सारे मसले हैं, बहुत सारे विषय हैं। अब कृषि का उत्पादन है, पशुओं की गिनती है, बहुत सारे विषय जिसके आधार पर अनेक प्रकार के आंकड़े, स्वास्थ्य के जो इंडिकेटर्स हैं, हेल्थ के इंडिकेटर्स हैं उसके आधार पर, एजुकेशन के इंडिकेटर्स हैं उसके आधार पर, बहुत सारी चीज़ें। अगर स्टैटिस्टिक्स न हो तो कोई कदम कैसे उठाए? जब यहाँ काम करने का मौका हम लोगों को बिहार की जनता ने दिया तो हम लोगों ने देखा कि 12-12.5% बच्चे स्कूलों के बाहर हैं। तो जो आंकड़े उपलब्ध थे वही लगा कि इतने बच्चे अगर स्कूलों के बाहर हैं, भाई ठीक है, स्कूल में बहुत क्वालिटी युक्त शिक्षा अभी नहीं हो पा रही, लेकिन स्कूल आना जाना शुरू करना अपने आप में भी एक प्रारंभिक शिक्षा। तो सबको स्कूल पहुंचाओ, तो अगर आंकड़े नहीं होते तो उस तरह से नियम कैसे बनते? अब हमारे यहाँ फर्टिलिटी रेट है 3.9, तो हम इस फर्टिलिटी रेट को नीचे करें, जनसंख्या स्थिरीकरण के लिए काम करेंगे, तो हमारे लिए तो स्टैटिस्टिक्स की जरूरत है। तो ये सबसे बड़ी चीज है। और आपने सामाजिक सांख्यिकी, सोशल स्टैटिस्टिक्स, इसका कनवास बहुत बड़ा है, ये मल्टी डायमेंशनल है। हर क्षेत्र के आंकड़ों को इकट्ठा करना और सही मायने हम ठीक ढंग से आंकड़ों को संग्रहित करने का जो अगर तरीका, उसकी बुनियाद को अगर हम ठीक ढंग से सोचकर बनाएंगे तो बेहतरीन आंकड़े इकट्ठा होंगे और फिर उनके आधार पर आप अपनी नीतियों के अनुरूप कार्यक्रमों का निर्धारण कर सकते हैं। ये बहुत अच्छी बात है, इसके लिए मैं पुनः बधाई देता हूँ आदरी को। अपने आप में एक विशिष्ट संस्था है। मुझे नहीं मालूम है देश में कहीं और भी या देश के बाहर भी कितनी बार सोशल स्टैटिस्टिक्स पर इस तरह का कॉन्फ्रेंस आयोजित हुआ। तो मुझे तो यह देखकर बड़ी प्रसन्नता हुई और सचमुच इसका बहुत लाभ होगा। जो नीति निर्धारण के कार्य में लगे हैं, अगर उन चीज़ों पर थोड़ा बहुत भी गौर करेंगे तो मैं समझता हूँ कि स्थिति में बदलाव आ सकता है बेहतरी के दिशा में। इन्हीं शब्दों के साथ मैं आदरी को अपनी शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ। बीपी घोष जी का जो योगदान है उसके आधार पर उन्हें जो सम्मानित किया गया, मैं उन्हें बधाई देता हूँ और इस कार्यक्रम की सफलता की कामना करता हूँ। और इस कार्यक्रम के लिए आज जो हमारे आदरणीय उपराष्ट्रपति महोदय पधारे हैं, हामिद अंसारी साहब, अब आप सोच लीजिए आपने कौन सा दिन चुना। आज आपने जुम्मे का दिन चुन लिया, फ्राइडे का दिन, और आप सोच लीजिए कि फ्राइडे शुक्रवार होने के बावजूद हमारे आदरणीय उपराष्ट्रपति जी ने समय निकाला। मैं इसके लिए मैं विशेष तौर पर
Honorable Vice President of India, sir, Hamid Ansari ji, Honorable Chief Minister Shri Nitish Kumar ji, Vice-Chancellor Dr. Gopa Sabharwal ji, Member Secretary ADRI Dr. Shaibal Gupta ji, Professor Prabhat P. Ghosh ji, Professor Anjan Mukherji ji, Ms. Usha Kiran ji, Shri Louis Georges ji, Dr. Sunita Lal ji, media representatives, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I welcome our Honorable Vice President of India, Hamid Ansari Sahib, on the land of Ma Janki, Lord Buddha, Tirthankar Mahavir, and Guru Govind Singh ji. I welcome Honorable Vice President on the land of First Democratic Republic of the world, Vaishali Ganrajya of Bihar. I am extremely happy to be a part of the Silver Jubilee celebrations of Asian Development Research Institute at Patna, which has been functioning so gloriously for the last 25 years. A quarter of a century may not be a long period for an institution, but it is indeed a crucial period in the beginning for an institution. This is a period when a vision has to be created, strategies have to be chosen to attain that vision, and hard work has to be done to build the institution step by step. ADRI has crossed that period with all distinctions, and I therefore congratulate all the members of the ADRI for achieving that glory. The agenda of social science research is very large in an extremely problematic state like Bihar. On the one hand, because of historical reasons, there are huge development of deficits in several sectors
and on the other, there are severe resource constraints, not just in terms of finances, but in terms of human resources as well. Under these difficult circumstances, ADRI has progressed because of its innovative approach and deep commitment of its members. The fields of social science research where ADRI has made substantial contributions are indeed many, and they include human development, regional economics, public finance, poverty studies, and theories of development. Friends, I sincerely believe that social research may become a mere academic exercise if the scholars are not sensitive about their social responsibilities. Thus, close and continuous interaction with the people is a desired activity not only for elected representatives, but it is also equally desirable for social scientists. Fortunately, ADRI has been very careful about this aspect of social sciences research, and one of its organizational objectives has been to broaden the database of research and its end use by involving all classes of persons and institutions. In this background, through a number of research articles, ADRI has displayed the basic humanitarian approach of its academic agenda. Friends, it is indeed a matter of pleasure that the academic efforts of this young institution during the last 25 years have been appreciated by many at Bihar, at national level, and even at the international level. This is amply demonstrated by the list of scholars who have visited this institution to deliver its foundation lectures. These scholars are outstanding in their own fields, and two of them are indeed Nobel laureates. The spread of the academic canvas of these lectures is also very wide, covering such fields as economics, history, political science, sociology, and even culture. In today's complex world, it is impossible to make meaningful social inquiries if the scholars restrict themselves within their own disciplinary bounds. Thus, social science research using an interdisciplinary framework has now become a strong trend, and ADRI has always been a part of that desired trend. As someone who has been in public life, I am quite aware about the critical role of education in building an India of our dreams. People need knowledge, not just for the sake of knowledge, but for many other purposes. First, we need education to enable us for productive work that contributes to personal gains on one hand and social gains at the other. Secondly, education has enormous implications for empowerment of marginalized people, mainly scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, minorities, and women. In Bihar, we have taken many steps for political empowerment of the people, but without the spread of education, these efforts are unlikely to deliver the desired results. As we all know, educational sector is very wide, starting from the elementary education at the bottom to institutions of higher learning at the top. Although ADRI is essentially an institution of higher learning, it has also played a great role in promoting elementary education through its involvement with the adult literacy movement in Bihar under the National Literacy Mission. I am sure in the coming years, ADRI will contribute even more towards building a knowledge society in Bihar through its research program, both in India in general and Bihar in particular. The research gap in social sciences is still very substantial, and institutions like ADRI will have to work continuously to bridge that gap. Friends, I am happy to note that along with celebrating the Silver Jubilee year, the members of ADRI have decided to honor Professor P. Ghosh, one of its founder members. Although a number of people have contributed to the growth of ADRI, it was Professor Ghosh and Dr. Shaibal Gupta who have jointly provided the leadership for the organization. I congratulate both of them and hope that they will contribute even more in future years. Once again, I am grateful to the Honorable Vice President for sparing his valuable time to visit Bihar. and to inaugurate this international conference organized by ADRI. Thank you all. Jai Hind. I think that's, please make way. I now request Honorable Vice President to address the gathering.
Honorable Governor of Bihar, Kovind, Honorable Chief Minister of Bihar, Nitish Kumar ji, dignitaries on the dais, dignitaries in the audience, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. The Asian Development Research Institute, through its empirical and theoretical studies, has done a commendable job of making social science research more inclusive and innovative to meet the emergent social needs. Developing nations like India need socio-economic information about their population to design redistributive policies. Concern has also been expressed about the efficacy and efficiency of such public data collection and the gaps which exist in the Indian social statistical. The initiative taken by the Institute in organizing this conference on social statistics is therefore timely and provides an opportunity to assess the state of play in this field. Statistics have always been intimately linked to the social dimension of the state. In the 17th and early 18th centuries, particularly in Europe, when it was more fashionably called political arithmetic, attempts started at calculating population size and life expectancy because the analysts believed that a growing population was evidence of a healthy state. These early social researchers, who believed that information about society could help governments devise wiser policies, were called statists, and the new qualitative evidence-based science soon began to be called statistics. The discipline has evolved over time. Great names like Auguste Comte, Herbert Spencer, Emil Durkheim, and Talcott Parsons imparted to it philosophical and sociological foundations and scientific methodology. These together help it explore social structures and change, and thereby prepare better for social action and intervention. As a result, today's social statistics are the foundation of the structural functionalist tradition in sociology and social sciences. It serves two purposes. The first and the more visible purpose is to provide us with an accurate and true description of the society. The other use is in the context of constructing social problems, where statistics are used to support or discredit particular points of view. A leading commentator has amplified the approach, and I quote, Sociologists speak of social problems being constructed, that is, created or assembled through the actions of activists, officials, the news media, and other people who draw attention to particular problems. Social problem is a label we give to some social conditions, and it is that label that turns a condition we take for granted into something we consider troubling. This means that the processes of identifying and publicizing social problems are important. End of quote. One of the purposes of statistics is to facilitate the discovery, understanding, quantification, modeling, and communication of the facts about the world. In the context of social statistics, the task of describing and quantifying human behavior with all its uncertainties and unpredictability is fraught with risk. The statistics often only offer an interval of plausible values for an unknown parameter and is at best an approximation of the reality, even when the uncertainty itself has been described in some detail. This has also led to the uncharitable remark that statistics is the only science that enables different experts using the same figure to draw different conclusions. It seems inevitable that good statistical analysis includes judgments. The need for this judgment opens the door to unethical biasing of results, biased data collection, and partial reporting or manipulation of results with intent to mislead. The empirical analysis today are more likely to be based on a combination of several very large data sets containing millions of observations which are processed through specialized statistical software. As a result, errors can be insidious and be detected only by sophisticated forensic. This makes the task of extracting meaning from any given set of data a difficult task. Every new set of statistics, therefore, has to be put to test in order to assess its validity and usefulness. Critical scrutiny could and should raise a few pertinent questions about origin, process, and purpose. Together, these would shed light on credibility or bias, methodological validity or shortcomings and motivations, if any. As this audience is well aware, in our own country, the pioneering work in this field was done by Professor P.C. Mahalanobis, who founded the Indian Statistical Institute, and by Professor Sukhmate, who was the driving force behind the statistical branch of the then Imperial and later Indian Council for Agricultural Research. Both were of immense significance in the period immediately after independence, when access to good statistics was critical to the manner in which we addressed our developmental challenges, confronting limited resources on the one hand and the burgeoning needs of our teeming millions on the other. Both necessitated optimal and immediate utilization of resources. The relevance and effectiveness of policy judgments, therefore, depended on the quality of data and the efficacy of analysis and interpretation. It was important, therefore, that public institutions had access to the best social statistics and statistical analysis. Today, the discipline of statistics in our own country boasts a separate ministry, the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, a separate arm of the bureaucracy, the Indian Statistical Service, a number of information gathering mechanisms such as the National Sample Survey Organization or the NSSO, and a vast array of central and state government departments engaged in the task of collecting and analyzing data. We also have a host of specialized research institutes, nearly a dozen research journals, and more than 100 educational centers offering training at master's and PhD levels. This mechanism provides for some well-established avenues for collection of social statistics in the country. The decadal censuses, the 15th edition of which mobilized more than 2.7 million officials for conducting door-to-door household surveys, remains one of the most extensive primary data collection exercises in the world. The civil registration system and the sample registration system also provide fairly reliable social data streams. The Health Information Management System and the National Family Health Surveys have become established avenues of health-related statistics. In addition, social and economic surveys by the National Sample Survey Office provides data relating to social and economic development, industrial production, and the agricultural sector. Both the Ministries of Human Resource Development and Labour similarly have well-defined avenues for creating and disseminating data relating to education and unemployment. And yet, ladies and gentlemen, all is not well in the Indian social statistics sector. Concerns have been raised about the quality of data being generated, as also about the duplication of efforts to collect statistics across various government departments, inaccessibility of national data archives, and the infringement of privacy by government's data collecting machinery. Based on the recommendations of the Rangarajan report of the year 2001, a National Statistical Commission was put in place in 2005, and the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation released a new data policy in 2009 and the National Data Sharing and Accessibility Policy in 2012. Despite this, the problems with our official statistics appears to persist. Some of the criticism of Indian public statistics, especially when it comes to measurement of cross-cutting social issues such as gender disparity, inequality, poverty, and growth, seems to be valid. Our public statistics have also attracted opprobrium on issues relating to measurement of parameters relating to the service sector, the unorganized sector, and unemployment figures. This is not only undermining the credibility of the Indian statistics globally, but also hurting the analysis of some of the most important elements of Indian economy. I have seen only yesterday the text of a Gazette notification of 15th of June 2016 issued by the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, putting into place 10 fundamental principles of official statistics pursuant to the adoption of the United Nations General Assembly Resolution 68-61, adopted on the 29th of January 2014 on principles of official statistics. The French economist Thomas Piketty has lamented the huge gap in statistics in India, exemplified by paucity of data on income tax and the reluctance of the government to release the caste census results to which the Honorable Chief Minister referred. Even after the government recently released official figures for the income tax for the year 2012 and 13, which has prompted a lively debate about the extent of tax evasion in India, with commentators noting that there were very few tax returns at the highest end of the income spectrum. Piketty told the international media that, and I quote him, the data was too thin to draw significant conclusions about the levels of inequality in India, end of quote. In an interview to the BBC, Piketty added, and I quote him again, we see the same problem with access to caste census data that was supposed to clarify the link between caste, income, wealth, and income inequality. This puts a limit on our ability to put India on a map in terms of inequality, unquote. The criticism of India's publicly collected social statistics is not limited to foreign workers. In July 2011, the Governor of the Reserve Bank of India expressed concern over the quality of statistics collected by government agencies. A few months later, the then Commerce Secretary admitted that India's export figures for the period April to October 2011 were found to be inflated by 9.4 billion US dollars due to miscalculation of certain items and data entry errors. Not long afterwards, our chief statistician conceded that the accuracy of the index of industrial production was questionable. Similarly, the then Deputy Chairman of the Planning Commission argued that the National Sample Survey had underestimating household consumption affecting poverty estimates. In this context, some broad challenges in the area of social statistical analysis and interpretation can be identified. One, we need to identify the gaps in official data and analysis and determine ways on how best we can bridge them. The quality of data collection by various government agencies depends on the completeness and accuracy of the responses. Significant non-responses and time-varying patterns can distort the information. There is thus the challenge of getting credible and complete data and in good time. Second, given the fast pace of changes in the structure of the economy in the face of deregulation, liberalization and competition, it is important that various indices that reveal the underlying mechanisms of our society and economy are further refined and updated in order to provide relevant and timely information to the policy makers. Third, in the context of our interconnected global village and open economies, the responsiveness of markets to data releases and information has become more acute. False data or its wrong interpretation can result in market volatility, which can have cascading effect on the economy. We therefore have to focus on maintaining certain data standards and improving the quality of our training and statistical education. And I hope that the adoption by the government last week of the new standards prescribed by the United Nations would help considerably in that effort. There are no easy answers to these challenges. Perhaps the experts gathered here would shed light on them and suggest solutions or correctives. Finally, I thank the organizers for inviting me today, and I wish success to the conference in its deliberations. Jai Hind.
Dr. Sunita Lal and Dr. Shaibal Gupta to present mementos to our distinguished guests. Please, हट जाइए सामने से। आप सब थोड़ा सामने से हटिए ना। First, to the Vice President of India. Hello. Hi, the Governor of Bihar.
Respected Professor Anjan Mukherji, Dr. Gopa, Ms. Usha, Kiran, Tarigopula, Mr. Louis George Arsenault, Dr. Shaibal Gupta, ladies and gentlemen. At the end of this stimulating inaugural session of our conference, this is my proud privilege to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of ADRI. I would first like to express my gratitude to our Honorable Vice President for being with us this morning and delivering a substantive keynote address. That he has come all this way from Delhi only indicates his unflinching commitment for social issues and his support for academic agenda. Next, I would like to thank the Honorable Governor for being the guest of honor on this occasion. We are grateful to him for his kind words. His presence here is a source of inspiration for us, and I hope we will continue to receive his kind attention in future also. Our Honorable Chief Minister has visited us in the past also, and we have always been benefited by his kind support. This morning he has done it yet again, and for that we are profusely